Hello YouTube, this is TierPrices67, and we are here with a draft analysis of WPF Delta Division Season 20. They've been doing this for 20 seasons. Crazy to think about, but it is a VGC Wi-Fi League. With the recent release of Pokemon Champions, Wi-Fi draft, singles draft, I guess, in general has kind of like gone down by the wayside since Champions does not support 6v6 single battles, so we have decided to pivot and play some VGC instead. Now, I have done Wi-Fi VGC in the past, and I have done poorly, to put it simply. I don't do enough VGC draft to really truly understand it too much, and especially I don't really do that much VGC in general to understand it too much, so it is a wash either way. But all that being said, I was thinking about how I wanted to do the draft analysis, and I thought I could do something boring, do on Showdown, how a lot of other people do, or have slides created or whatever. But A, the Showdown thing is kind of boring. B, slides created costs money, and I don't want to spend more money than I have to. So I'm already paying for thumbnails, and I do appreciate Kirby for that. Shout out to Kirby. Makes amazing thumbnails, and so I don't want to have to also pay to get slides made or whatever, or try to guilt someone into doing them for free. So I was I'm just gonna do what I thought would be fun, and I'm gonna try, emphasis on try, and recruit my whole team. Now, big thing is I have, I think, around 500 teammate tickets, so I can go through this I think 20 times at the very least, if not a little bit more, and try to see if I can find all Pokemon that I've drafted. But we shall see, of course. This might be extended, or I may have to add on some extras. I'm pretty sure I already have every single Pokemon that I have drafted. I'm pretty sure I've already recruited, just in the past in general. So if anything, I could just go through my box and pull them out. But I think this would be more funny, so I wanted to do this instead. It's going to be using a lot of my teammate tickets, which honestly I think is fine. I don't really use the recruit function that much, and I don't think it's going to be that useful. Because I've got pretty much every single Pokemon I would want, and I don't think it's gonna be super useful until come June. I think is when the new season, the new they add more Pokemon or whatever, or switch up the Pokemon. I don't know exactly how the Pokemon company is going to do it, but we shall see. But other than that, all that being said, let's get started, and I will cut until I get a Pokemon that is on my team, so let's do it. Okay, so I tried getting the Sneasler through the recurve function, but unfortunately I was never able to run into Sneasler, so I have Sneasler from earlier on in the game, so I'll just showcase him like this. And so with our first pick, we did end up choosing Sneasler, and we were the third pick in the draft. I think Sneasler is probably the best non-mega within the format. It is incredibly annoying to handle. It is versatile. You can run it both defensively, offensively. Unburden is an amazing ability. Poison Touch is nothing to sneeze at. Even with the nerf to Dire Claw from 50% to 30%, it can still kind of swing the battle in your favor. So he is always something to watch out for. He also has a lot of he has a wide arrangement of moves outside of just close combat and Dire Claw. He has access to stuff like acrobatics, throat chop, that sort of thing. So, with like the kind of different ways you can use this, I feel like Sneasler was an amazing first pick to grab, so very happy to grab it, very excited to use it, and yeah, so that was the first pick. We found another Pokemon I drafted. It's Aegislash. Aegislash is a very big nuisance in general. It is like it's my first pick Sneasler's like biggest issue as well, as its typing just leads to like being able to completely be immune to both of Sneasler's stabs. So getting this off the board for my Sneasler is huge, as like I would only have to deal with one Aegislash now, since there was like 2 different draft pools. So in theory I would only have to deal with one Aegislash, as I have taken the other one off the board altogether so that I wouldn't have to deal with it per se. Which also, fun fact, as of like this recording, I'm the only one who's drafted Aegislash in either pool, so I won't have to deal with Aegislash period, which is also fun. So yeah, Aegislash was my second pick, and I'm very excited. He can run both physical and special. I think like my only like biggest issue is like King Gambit is like really good into Aegislash and like, takes huge advantage of it, but that's kind of why I have Sneasler for as well, as like the help versus King Gambit. So Sneasler plus Aegislash kind of just help each other out in handling each other's threats, or you know, being the check that I want to get off the board. For my next pick, I wanted probably the best Trick Room setter in the tier. I would say like this or Mimikyu are the best Trick Room setters. Like Mimikyu is just because of its ability, being able to like tank one hit, so you can like run Sash Mimikyu and like kind of almost guarantee Trick Room outside of like flinches or whatever, or taunts. But Farigiraf is such a bulky Pokemon, and with the ability Armor Tail, it doesn't have to worry about getting like Fake Out flinched, and I can use something like my like Sneasler as like a Fake Out for Farigiraf to get up Trick Room, or Spoilers my next pick with Fake Out to get up Trick Room kind of freely. And then I think like overall best Trick Room setter in the tier, and I'm big Farigiraf fan. It can like also hit pretty hard with like Psychic and Hyper Voice. It does have access to Energy Ball and Psychic Noise for like preventing healing, and then also Helping Hand support for like my offensive Pokemon, say like Aegislash on the other side, or like my next pick, or like any other pick down the line. Farigiraf is just a good support Pokemon for it overall. Alright, we have found a Pokemon that I have drafted. And that Pokemon is Mega Blastoise. Now, the beauty of Mega Blastoise is he can run both Trick Room, and you can run Trick Room and Tailwind with him, as his speed stat is kind of middling, to where he can become a huge Trick Room sweeper, or at the same time can be like a Shell Smash sweeper or Tailwind sweeper. Mega Blastoise is just a very large, overarching threat, so I'm very excited to get to use them. I have, funnily enough, last season, I ran a Mega Blastoise team on the ladder a lot, and that was like I think my original plan to bring to the VGC tournament, but I think I nixed that later on. But either way, Mega Blastoise is my 4th pickup, and I am a big fan of it, so I'm excited to get to use it. For my next pick, I wanted to get something that could set up Tailwind. I already have Chikorima Fergraph, now I want Tailwind support, and that's where Talonflame comes in. Talonflame is an amazing Tailwind setter with the ability Gale Wings. It is almost guaranteed to get Tailwind up outside of, like, you know, say my opponent has like a priority that's faster than Talonflame. Something like E-Speed or Fake Out, or just like a faster Pokemon priority to like kind of get rid of Tailwind priority. But either way, Talonflame is also really fast, so like it can just get out Tailwind in general, even if it does lose out on its Gale Wings. But also like I could run like Flame Body Talonflame and try to bait like burns on my opponent, like trying to hit Talonflame with like Fake Out or whatever, like kind of punish them for hitting Talonflame, bait a burn, and then go about in that general vicinity. But overall, like, Talonflame's a good support Pokemon. Tailwind, dual Wing Beat, Acrobatics, great flying moves, of course, Will-O-Wisp, Flare Blitz, that sort of thing. I hate Talonflame in singles, but I did respect Talonflame in VGC enough to want to draft it, so here we are with drafting Talonflame. After drafting Talonflame, I wanted to get like a strong sweeper as like a good Intimidate pivot, or Moxie sweeper, or like I could run Anger Point and like hit with a crit of something and just go to town. And that's where I came up with getting Crocodile. Now, like with Talonflame, Crocodile can click Earthquake, of course. I would need like Talonflame on the other side in order to like safely click Earthquake. Also, it gets access to high horsepower, so I don't need to run that Earthquake per se. I can run Knock Off, Crunch, Rock Tomb, Stone Edge, Rock Slide. Crocodile in general is just like really powerful, and then the Intimidate on top of all that just to like help weaken my opponent so that like my other Pokemon can do well as well. He isn't as good as support Pokemon as like Incineroar, of course, but where he lacks in that, he more than makes up for in offensive capabilities. And I just think in VGC draft specifically, Crocodile is like a very strong, powerful mid-tier pickup. So I'm very happy to pick up Crocodile. After Crocodile, I was like, you know what? I want another Pokemon that can be on the same side with Crocodile and like have Crocodile click Earthquake and not worry. So I ended up getting Rotom Mow. I'm a big Rotom fan in general. I always love drafting Rotoms. So being able to get another Pokemon that can like sit on the same side of Crocodile, tank Earthquakes, and be a Rotom is just, I'm very happy about it. Volt Switch support, Will-O-Wisp support. It can run like a Trick Scarf set if need be. Leaf Storm can hit like a truck if I hit. but it is also like the issue of like lowering your special attack by 2 stages. And like also I can run Disquake with Crocodile if I want to with Runamo, and that is a great set, great team up in that regard. So happy to like get Runamo. It is a like strong Rotom Pokemon, and it just in VGC in general, Rotom usually does pretty well. Rotom Wash of course does really well, but Runamo is nothing to like sneeze at either. So excited to get this Pokemon as well. We've actually found our second Mega here. So, with our 8th round pick, we have taken Mega Drampaw. And I just think Mega Drampaw is funny. And I think it'd just be like a fun one to use. Like, with my like Trick Room support, I do have like a good like Trick Room setter and Fergraph. So I just think that like Mega Drampaw overall would just be a fun Pokemon to use. Also, like I don't have to like Mega Evolve with Drampaw if I want to like keep up with like using Mega Blastoise. I can use like Drampaw as like a Sap Sipper for grass types or a Cloud9 for weather, and just prevent weather from doing anything with my ability, and just take advantage of like my Pokemon. Say like if I'm facing down, like maybe like Excadrill. Or say I'm facing down something like Basculegion in the rain that wants to take advantage of like Swift Swim, or like Venusaur in the sun. So having regular Drampaw helps in that, and I don't have to Mega Evolve him. I could just keep him regular Drampaw forever. But like at the same time, Mega Drampaw with Berserk becomes a huge problem, especially under Trick Room. Because like once Berserk gets activated, Mega Drampaw hits like a truck, and there isn't much that wants to switch into his like Hyper Voice, Dragon move, and then like coverage to hit stuff that would otherwise resist Hyper Voice and Dragon, something like a Steel type. So like fire moves in turn, like Fire Blast, as you can see here, it's just very scary. So yeah, that Mega Drampaw. Like for my next pick here, my third to last, I just wanted a Fairy type, and then like this Fairy type is also a really good support Pokemon, and that is Alcremie. Alcremie is what makes Alcremie such a good support Pokemon is Decorate, being able to boost my stats twofold, and like also being able, I believe, hit through Protect, which is the big thing as well. Actually, I'll have to double check that one, but if it does, that's amazing. If not, well, whatever. But like stuff like with Mega Blastoise or Crocodile, or even like Mega Drampaw or like Aegislash, or heck, even like maybe Sneasler, I can just use Alcremie, boost up its stats to +2/+2, and just make it a huge threat. So I kind of reason why like of the like remaining Fairy types in the bottom of the barrel practically, so I was like, you know what, Alcremie works. Of course, it's like one of those things of like, will I bring him? Maybe not often, but he will show up at least once or twice, so I'm kind of like excited to bring, to like see if I can get this to work. Then there's like, also there's like a ton of different Alcremie like types to use. I think I like the Strawberry Rainbow Cream. I believe that's the Alcremie I like, but we shall see which ones I end up bringing. Alright, with my 10th pick, I've at this point I was like, I really wanted Ariados earlier, and that was sniped unfortunately. So like, okay, I kind of had to pivot. I was like, you know what? What's a fun Pokemon to use? I was like, you know what? You know what'd be funny? Clawitzer. Clawitzer with Mega Launcher is just hilarious. He is just a baby Blastoise. Baby Mega Blastoise, pretty much. He is like more like Trick Room oriented, of course, because his speed's a little bit slower. But he could still work very well in Tailwind because he does have like a solid enough speed to like where I can outspeed like everything up to like the 120s with some like solid speed investment. Or if I could just go all out timid and then like outspeed everything, but at the same time, under Tailwind, but at the same time though, I don't know if I'll do that, but Clawitzer is just a funny Pokemon with Mega Launcher. I could run something like Heal Pulse, and Heal Pulse with Mega Launcher heals 75% health, and I just find that hilarious. Like, maybe I'll like just like bring in like Clawitzer with Mega Blastoise and just keep Mega Blastoise healthy at all times with Clawitzer spamming Heal Pulse. I mean, the big issue with that is like, unlike Life Dew, Heal Pulse can be redirected into stuff like Rage Powder or Follow Me, so I have to be very careful about that. And so like, I think in like the scenarios that happens, I may not just in the scenarios where that could happen, I may not just click it, but there aren't that many Rage Powder or Follow Me Pokemon around, so like I don't think it's something that I'll have to worry too much about overall. But once again, I just think Clawitzer is just a funny Pokemon, and like I do think he works very well with this team. Once again, with like possible Heal Pulse into Mega Blastoise, into where I could like start spamming Water Spout with like no worry, because Mega Blastoise has like solid bulk to where he can take a hit rather easily, and then like even if he does like get knocked down to like say like 25 or like 30% or whatever, Clawitzer could just heal him right back up to full, and he can just click Water Spout again. So I just find that awesome. So that's kind of why I wanted to draft Clawitzer in the first place. And when I was able to get like Clefable or Ariados as like the redirection support, it's like, okay, so let me just get something that can just heal my Pokemon up to full practically. So that's what Clawitzer's here for. For my final pick, I was like, you know what? I got 2 points left. There's not really anything in the 2 points here I want. I wanted like something like, I had like a kind of a speed gap between like Sneasler and Crocodile. I was like, I kind of want to like fill that up with something, and at the same time, like I also want something that can like deter my opponents from like clicking electric moves versus my Mega Blastoise. It's like I think like Mega Blastoise is like the big offensive threat on my team that everything else will like kind of need to be built around. So like, you know what works great with that? Lightning Rod Manectric. This is not Mega Manectric, this is regular Manectric, but with Lightning Rod I can redirect any electric type that is aimed at my Blastoise, and instead take it on with Manectric, get a special attack boost, and like actually become kind of a threat with my own electric moves. And then like also like I can run stuff like Howl Manectric. I don't know if it still gets that, but if it does, that's a set. And or like Eerie Impulse is a great utility move as well to like to lower the special attack of my opponent. Especially if I'm running like very like physically bulky Pokemon, it's like, you know what? Let's like my special defense not that great. Let's kind of like make my opponent not as much of a threat with Eerie Impulse. So like as like Manectric as like a 1-pointer, it is a solid support Pokemon. So I am like happy to take it. And at the very least, if I don't end up bringing it, it is at least something that my opponent will have to keep in mind in the builder. As like, what if they bring Manectric and like kind of make my electric type obsolete versus Mega Blastoise? So I just think with all that going on, I do think like Manectric is a... And this is the team. See, it's like Team 11 and 12. These are the 11 Pokemon I drafted. And honestly, I am very excited to like get to use these guys. I'm very excited like to do draft content in Champions. I think even like without single battles, and like having to focus on VGC. I still think it'll be a lot of fun, and like I am still like very excited like to like record stuff like in the new UI and do battles in that way, and like also just like build upon like my very limited to like zero VGC draft experience. So yeah, like all in all, I am excited to be here. I just want to thank everyone like the WPF mod team for like allowing me to participate, as well as like everyone who will like help me here in this season, like play some VGC. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week with week 1. Peace.